Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Jack here, bakewithjack.co.uk, bringing you the first bread making tip of 2017. Happy New Year! Today's bread tip's not really about bread, it's about soda bread. And soda bread is a little bit halfway between bread and a scone. It's not true bread in that it's not risen by yeast. It is risen by bicarbonate of soda. That's why it's called soda bread. Not to be confused with sourdough bread, which is the king of yeasted breads, although we don't put yeast in it. It's a long story, we'll talk about that another time, but soda bread is what we're going to do today. Soda bread is a quick, easy bread that you can do super fast. Mix it up, chuck it in the oven. Bicarbonate of soda has to react with something acidic, and the acidity that we use comes from the buttermilk, which is the liquid element in the recipe, and this is how it's done. Okay, I've got everything weighed in my bowl, all ready to go. Plain flour here, wholemeal flour, oat flour, which is essentially oats whizzed up in a food processor. Don't worry about buying it. You've got salt, bicarbonate of soda, soft brown sugar, and my buttermilk is here. Now, keep some flour handy in case you need to dust it up. You might need to do that if it gets sticky. I've got a nice scraper here to help me out along the way. This I'm going to use for mixing in all the liquid, cutting it in, mixing it up, scraping it out of the bowl and all that stuff. It's really, really handy. Now, as soon as that buttermilk goes into the dry mix, it's going to hit that bicarbonate soda and it's all going to start frothing up. So at that point, you've got to be quite swift in mixing it up, getting it out and shaping it. First things first, whisk. Get yourself a whisk and whisk all your dry stuff together till it's nice and evenly distributed throughout. Get rid of that, we don't need that anymore. Now, buttermilk goes in. Boom, all in one go. Get it all out with your scraper or a spatula or something, whatever you can use. Okay, next mix it all together with your scraper. Get it in there, move the bowl, move the scraper, mix it all together. If you want to, you can cut it in like this. Expose a bit of that dry stuff, get that moisture in there. Mix it all up, a bit on the table for good measure, that's fine. Mix it up nice and quickly, it's coming together really fast. Give it a little squeeze up, cut, cut, cut. Until it starts coming together, get underneath. There's always a dry bit sneaky underneath, hiding away. Cut it all in, like this. As it comes together, yes, get it out onto the table. Squeeze it up into a nice ball, like that. Get rid of that bowl. Now, you don't want to overwork it, just give it a little bit of a knead, not too much work, just enough to make it nice and round. You see it's got some dodgy cracks in it and stuff like that and bits and bobs like that, but that's absolutely fine. What you don't want to do is work it too much. Make it into a nice ball, like this, pat it, shape it up, get it onto a tray, like that. Flatten it slightly. It's going to puff up, remember. Big cross in the top like this with a knife. I've not gone right to the bottom, just about halfway. Now that goes straight in the oven. We don't wait for this one. We don't have to wait and let it rest and prove up or anything like that because there's no yeast. It's already puffing. As soon as it hits the heat of the oven, it's going to puff up like crazy, like a great big scone. I'm going to get it in right now, 200 degrees. I'm going to give it 30 minutes and have a look and a double check back with you in a minute to let you know how we're getting on. Okay, here she is, fresh from the oven, properly rustic soda bread. Get that underneath. While it's still hot, just going to paint it with some melted butter and let that all soak in. Oh yes, keep it nice and moist, delicious, and just let it cool. Let it cool for a while. Otherwise, it can be a bit doughy when you eat it. That took 40 minutes in my oven, which is alright. It's not top of the range oven by any means, but it is fan assisted electric oven, so it's got some oomph to it. 200 degrees, nice 40 minutes in there. That's just perfect. Nice and crisp on the outside. I'm going to let that sink in, let it rest up now for about half an hour or so. Let it cool down a little bit. And yeah, there you go. There you have it. Soda bread, super fast, done and dusted in an hour, easy peasy. And you can use it like you would do any bread. You can slice it and toast it if you want to. You can put it with some nice soup this time of year, some stew or something like that. And really well worth doing. There you have it. That's how to make soda bread. I'm going to put the recipe underneath somewhere or up above. If you're watching this on Facebook, it will be there somewhere. You can click a link and go and make your own if you like. If you do, let me know how you get on, and if you encounter any issues along the way, let me know how you get on. Please click like if you like this video, share it with your pals, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Send me your bread making questions and I answer one every single Thursday. I look forward to it next week. See you soon.